What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to Chicks in the Office.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. And this episode of Chicks in the Office is sponsored by Macy's. As you could tell, we got the Macy's pillow next to us. We got the Macy's mug, Macy's Style Crew pillow, and we are dressed in Macy's. I have my dress on right now. That is Macy's. The brand is Addicted. And I have to say, I love a mini dress when the weather gets like warm. I'm like, mini dress and sneakers.
It's beautiful outside today too.
It's gorgeous. Mini dress and sneakers. I'm out the door. It's easy, breezy.
Beautiful.
You know, fill in the blanks. But I'm feeling great in my Macy's dress, and you look fantastic as well. You got the long skirt on. You got the tank on.
It is a beautiful day. So it was totally easy to get dressed this morning. And thankfully, we have some amazing options from Macy's. Great brands. This skirt's also Addicted, but this is a classic Free People tank.
I have the same one, almost wore it today.
Yeah.
It could have been matching.
It's a staple in my closet. It goes with everything. We're traveling next week. So truly, like, if you're shopping for a trip, anything like that, Macy's has so many amazing options, great brands, Levi's, Dolce Vita, like so many great brands. If you're also like walking around a lot, or shoes, sometimes like a struggle to find a shoe for something, an event like Macy's, you will be able to find the shoe.
They have everything
that you are looking for. So you can shop summer must-have, summer dresses, matching sets, volume sleeve tops, espadrille wedges, like I said, fun heels, bags, all at Macy's. I think this is kind of like my summer favorite outfit that I probably think I'm going to be going to a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A long skirt is so comfortable, especially walking around the city, because you don't feel like you're getting a nice breeze still, but you're not, it's long, but it's still not tight clothing. It's beautiful. Good summer option. So you can shop at Macy's.com/ownyourstyle.
Yes, go for it.
And Macy's.com/ownyourstyle.
Which we are doing in this very moment. How was your weekend?
Beautiful.
Beautiful weekend.
It was my bridal shower on Sunday.
Lovely.
It was Bridget's 30th birthday on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So busy weekend. I wish the weather turned a little bit on Saturday, because it didn't really say that it was going to rain. It was like, oh, cloudy, whatever. Like, we could deal with clouds. But it was just a steady trickle all day. And you know, when you just step outside, you want to be optimistic, because you're like, no, like, it's okay. Like, we're at a bar. We just kept going outside. And it was totally still raining. But we're like, nah, it's fine. It's just a drizzle. You can totally still stand out here.
Can't feel it at a certain point.
Yeah, because all we wanted to do was listen to some good live music. We ended up bopping around to different bars, and every bar we went to, they were like, oh, yeah, sorry about that, no music because of the weather. And we were like, what the fuck? We ended up at some bar in Red Bank that we were the youngest people. I don't know if I've been the youngest person in a bar before.
Mm-hmm.
But like of age.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you know,
right.
like legally.
Yeah.
And it was an awesome band, like 10-person band.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing the oldies, but they had, saxophone, trumpets, like the whole thing.
Shebang.
It was awesome. But the median age was probably like 55. And a lot of divorcees running around. You could tell.
They were having a wild night.
But gosh, everyone was, that TikTok trend right now? That's like, they play the song and they film their parents and they say like, told my mom or dad to dance like they would in the 80s.
Yeah.
And then they go, ooh, and then they start doing their 80s. That's like, I was living that in real life.
Yeah.
But I mean, we had a blast, obviously. Anytime we're like a big group, we can go anywhere. But I was looking around, I was like, this is so funny. I'm like, how did we get here? And then the bridal shower was beautiful.
It was lovely.
Home. I was in New Jersey. Haven't been, honestly, like in New Jersey in that area in a while. Kind of like around the area I grew up, but did it at a country club. It was beautiful. Room was beautiful. My mom, my aunt, my grandma set up everything. There was a daisy theme, so there was a lot of daisies.
I love the yellow.
A lot of yellow, bright spring. It was beautiful. Had like a little indoor outdoor action. And I thought it was very so nice.
Very cute. It was lovely.
Yes.
Perfect bridal shower.
Yes. And I think standard. Everybody had a lovely
Classics,
time.
the games.
Yeah.
Good food.
Yep. Good. My eggs Benedict was delicious. It was not cold, even though we had a little bit of a fight about putting eggs Benedict on the menu, because what if they come out cold? Poached eggs can be tough.
Your Mima was against that, but
we managed. So it was nice, and then
it was delicious.
It was great. It was awesome, and I'm so thankful to them. They all banded together and did a great job, and Gia too. As like everybody just did a wonderful, lovely job. Fun games, so fun seeing like all of Joe's family too that I don't see as much. So it was nice, very nice.
It was beautiful.
Yes,
lovely little weekend.
Yep. How were you? You partied hard. You were clurbing.
I'm like really like still recovering, which I was like, when's the last time I did this? And I was like, oh, Miami.
Yeah, but you're due for like Miami doesn't count. Like I feel like Miami's like a spot. I'm talking
York,
like a New York club night.
Yeah.
You're good for maybe like, what do you think, like 3 a year?
Oh, more than that.
Oh.
No, definitely more than definitely more than 3 a year.
Maybe not club, not just the club, but like like that whole
this place to another place to another place.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how many a year. But I feel like we had just been like traveling a lot, so I kind of just like hadn't gone out in the city in a while. And we had a fantastic night. Noah was there. We had a great night. We went to Loud Luxury at Brooklyn Mirage. And then we went to our favorite club, Little Sister, in the city after that, which I actually wrote down to remember this. We showed up at Little Sister. And it was like, I want to say like almost 3 a.m. And this guy comes walking out of the club, and Noah's like, oh my God. He's like, that's that actor. I'm like, what actor? Like, I saw the guy.
Right.
I'm like, who is that?
It needs to be a little more specific.
Yeah, he's like, it's the guy from White Lotus. Leo, whatever. Like,
Leo Woodall.
And One Day. Was not him whatsoever.
Oh.
And Noah's like,
I'm still convinced it was.
like, oh my God, that's him. That's Leo Woodall. I'm like, no, it's not. It's definitely not.
Yeah.
And I see someone standing next to Noah cracking the fuck up hearing Noah. Like,
yeah.
What?
Like,
I didn't know this.
I didn't tell you this, but there was someone standing next to you that was
you were getting laughed at.
that was literally cracking the fuck up, probably thinking that you were like a New York tourist, like visiting, thinking that every person you see is like a celebrity.
Person.
Because Noah was like, oh my God, that's him. Was like freaking out.
I don't know if I was that excited.
No, you were very excited. And I was like, no, that's definitely not him at all. And this person was just making fun of you for thinking it was him. And I was dying. I literally, all I wrote in my notes, let's see, when did I write this?
Inflamed.
2:34 a.m.
Oh, God.
Leo Woodall. That's all I wrote in my notes.
Could have been him.
It could have been, but it
could have been the other Leo.
No.
You know how many times you walk into Little Sister and you're like, could it be the other Leo?
We'll see.
Listen, we'll see. We maybe
like
got some intel, but
I feel like every time there's like a rumor
that
about
of
a Little Sister night, there's also a rumor that Leo might be there.
Leonardo DiCaprio to be exact. We think we've maybe gotten some intel, but we're not sure. We'll keep everyone updated on if we ever run into him, but I doubt it. But it was a blast. But we didn't get home till like.
How was Mirage?
It was great, scary.
Yeah,
Brooklyn Mirage is. I will say
I have never been.
That was my first time.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know if I ever will.
Everybody besides Kelly and I's first time, and they were all very confused. Like, how have you guys been here before? You guys are like in the pit, in the mix of it, which is very fun. Like when
if you're in the right like state of mind, like in the mindset, like you also prepare yourself to know like you're going to basically a giant EDM show that's like half out, like outside. Like you're prepping yourself.
You're preparing for that, and it's a lot of fun. But Brooklyn Mirage in the past year or so has had some scary stories happened like right outside of Brooklyn Mirage. Like, so Tommy Smokes, he was, you know, not holding back, reminding everybody like every 10 minutes that, you know, these things have happened at the Brooklyn Mirage recently.
You're like, great, thank you so much.
So,
this is exactly what I want to be reminded of when I'm trying to like have fun.
Right. So I don't think I would have like been thinking about that, but it was like, all right, we all have to leave together because we can't leave Brooklyn Mirage, which I think is great advice anyway.
Totally,
Everyone should leave together regardless.
Yep.
But it was just funny to see everybody else's reactions, because I don't even think you guys are like, you, Marty, Tommy, are not like big EDM people.
Not at all.
So I also think that was another element of it, that they've just never, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Marty's been to like Loud Luxury shows because he's friends with them.
Yeah.
But besides that, I don't think he's ever been to like, you know.
He hasn't gone like because he's really
Just like a big fan.
Yeah.
Like he's not going to Chris Lake.
Right.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
So that was funny and a lot of fun. I mean, it was a blast. They're great. Loud Luxury was actually just
They were here
in the lobby.
doing a full-blown set.
Doing a full set in the lobby. And
at work this morning at 10 a.m.
We loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know about like the sales floor.
It was pumping me up.
Same. I was like, oh, it's Monday.
A little dance.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna start drinking. But yeah, we got home.
It was great.
We got home late on Friday, really late, like a 5 a.m.er, which does not happen often. Like that, I will say, is not the usual. And I was just shot the next day. Like it's just and then when you get in that position, it's like, all right. You know, what food are we getting? McDonald's, Taco Bell, Chinese food. Like you're just hitting because you've already reached that point where you're like, let me hit them all.
Yep.
It is good when the entire group feels the same way the next day and everyone can just suffer together.
We were all texting each other. Everybody was on the same page, which is great to know, because it's like, was I the only one that was at that level? You know, you never want to be.
I was the worst.
I think
I was. That was the most hungover I've been in years.
Yeah.
Years.
Maybe like 5+ years. Like
wow.
it was horrible.
Uh-oh.
Horrible.
The beat just got to Noah.
It did.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, like, it wasn't like
no,
I would have never been able to tell.
Like it was some other stuff, I think, but yeah, it was bad.
No, and Noah's picked up a Zyn habit.
No. Well, no. I haven't picked up. This is my third weekend where I was just like out with people who had it, and I was like, why not?
He's picking up a Zyn habit.
I mean, I think that's quite literally the definition of picking up a habit.
Picking up a habit.
It's like, no, it's only been 3 weeks.
3 weekends in a row.
It's only been 3 weekends in a row. I've done the exact same thing.
He's picking up a habit.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that it could like I think that's what caused this whole thing. So
Yeah.
The next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
for
bad.
sure.
Yep.
Yeah, but it was a great night. It's so funny. Like, it's truly hilarious. I posted a picture on my story of all of us, and people are like, oh my god, like your Fran's not there, like you didn't invite Fran. I'm like, Fran is invited to every part of everywhere I go. Fran's invited.
I also
it's okay if we don't go everywhere together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No issue. I will, like, if I purposely was trying. There's just no way. I mean, I can handle a lot of social obligations, but Friday night, Brooklyn Mirage, little sister into one of my best friend's 30th birthdays, which was an all-day thing, into my bridal shower. I'm not a monster.
It's just a no-go, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you're not crazy, you're not insane.
Yeah.
But I think that people think, like, why would I ever leave you out? You're always invited to everything, but it's also okay for us to not, be together every second.
Yeah.
Like, I think people, I'm like, oh, okay, relax, don't worry.
I know.
It's going to be all right.
I had somebody, and sometimes people just pick up on things that you would literally never pick up on.
Right.
Another same exact scenario from, like, this happened on The Bachelorette also, but I opened up a DM yesterday and someone was like, yikes, that's a lot of white on that from somebody else's dress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's my fucking 13-year-old cousin. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Relax.
Right.
Like, I literally responded. I was like, it's my cousin. She's in high school. It's all good.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like,
right.
I'm not going to be like, oh my God, my cousin, her floral dress has a little too much white in it.
You're not. Well, once again, you're not a monster.
It's crazy.
No, people really just like are like.
I'm like, she's a kid. Also, like, you think she knows the etiquette rules of like whatever? And it's not even that. It's like I truly would not have.
You couldn't care less.
Yeah.
No, you're not a bridezilla.
And it did not even cross my mind. And I was like, what?
No, people just like. They think there always has to be something.
Yeah.
When I
was like, damn, do you feel that way about my 5-year-old cousin who was also kind of in a little bit of white? Like, should she have changed?
There couldn't even be like a hint of white.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that also happened during your bachelorette where somebody wore like a striped. It wasn't a white bathing suit.
It was not
like
white.
On the camera, I guess maybe
it was
it
not
come across.
Yeah.
And we both were sitting there talking and like I forgot who brought it up first because we both had received like all these messages about it. And the people were like, watch out for. I'm like, first of all, she's the sweetest girl.
No, it was insane. And I felt so bad because she saw some of the comments and like pulled me aside.
Yeah.
And was like, Fran, I'm so sorry. Like our like I was like, literally, I would have never it did not cross my mind one time.
Didn't cross anybody's
in real
mind.
life.
Didn't cross a single person's mind there. Everyone was like, wait, what?
No.
It's just like sometimes it's like
sometimes people love getting mad for you and I'm like, I'm good.
Right. And it's like there doesn't always have to be a problem.
Yeah.
Like, let's chill out.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, my gosh, maybe Fran has other plans. Like, oh my gosh.
Also, we have that relationship where you had brought up, you were like, oh, Loud Luxuries at Brooklyn Mirage. If there was a world where I thought I wanted to go to that or like was available to go to that, I would have been like, oh, I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm coming.
And be like, oh my God, so fun. I'm coming.
I think people forget like how close of a relationship we have that like we're naturally invited to everything. Yeah. But like sometimes we have other plans.
Yes.
And that's okay. I'm okay with it if you're okay with it.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with it.
Cool. I'm glad we're on the same page there. Now everyone can
we're good.
Get the hint. But yeah, I drive in your bridal shower on Sunday. I was like, ooh, oh my God, it shakes a little bit. Like I was like dealing with a 2-day hangover because I just can't remember besides Miami. Like I said, like because with all the travel, I mean, I love going out in the city when it gets warm out.
Same.
Like during the winter, you can catch me hibernating a little bit. But when it gets warm out, the city, I will bop everywhere. But we had been traveling so much during like March and April and been busy, so it like has been a while since we've had a good New York City night. But it was a ton of fun.
And I am moving into your apartment.
Oh yeah, Noah came to
what?
Yeah, Noah literally was like, do they have any other apartments available in this building? Like
you're gonna move into this
building?
building?
No, he's kidding.
But
I wouldn't be surprised not the first time you guys lived in the same building.
No, we did. That's so funny because I bet people don't know that, but like literally 6 years ago, Noah and I lived in the same building.
Yeah.
Just one floor away from each other.
Yeah.
And I burned a hole through his couch. Never forget.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, Noah,
it was Noah and the Dana Beers years.
Yeah. Yeah. We gave him a big tour of the buildings.
Nice spread.
Yeah.
Charcuterie board.
Yeah, had a nice little charcuterie spread.
Lovely.
I got Noah sardines. And
Great. You are a fantastic host.
Thank you. I truly love hosting. Like I get so giddy. I love hosting. Like anybody who wants to come over, come over and I will host. No, I mean like actually, but like
you have to be invited.
Yeah. But I just love it. I like text people and I'm like what can I get? Like I love getting everyone little treats that they like.
Yes.
So like
But so Rhea texted the group being like, oh, does anyone like sardines?
No,
or
I said like
anchovies?
somebody in this group loves sardines, right? Because I couldn't remember if it was Kelly or Noah.
Right.
And I was like, yeah. And so then she got them. And then I was the only, so I cracked it open when I was there and I was the only one eating it. But everyone was judging me like, oh my God, like that smells so much like you're eating that now. Like, so I had one.
Don't worry, Noah. I'm sorry you got shamed for that. I would have defended you.
Yeah.
Glenn tried.
I love a good anchovy.
Yeah, you would have loved it.
Yep.
Glenn tried the fig jam for the first time. Fran?
The one from the market.
The way that this man reacted to the fig jam was even more than he's like, I'm writing this down on my list of favorite foods. He's like, this is fucking unbelievable. And I was like, fig jam is where it's at. Like if you haven't tried fig jam in your life and then you discover it and you're like, oh my God.
Like you just like had a little fig jam on like a cracker.
Yeah, like with some cheese. And he was like,
yep.
He was like, what is this? And I was like, it's fig jam, duh. get on my level.
Damn, baby's first charcuterie.
Yeah, are you kidding me? First fig jam?
Yeah.
Lame.
Never had a little jam on a little with cheese and a little cracker?
Yeah, come on. Yeah, it was you got to come back over.
I know.
You know, last time wasn't a big.
I was an In-N-Out. That was an In-N-Out.
I gotta host you again. I gotta host you. Well, because my friends came over. Actually, I forgot about this. My girlfriends came over and slept over on Thursday, and we had a nice little slumber party. And it's so funny, like, because now people always say to me, like, you always talk about, like, you must be so happy your friends are sleeping over, like, you love it. I'm like, no, like, there's nothing better to me than to stay up all night, like, sleep over, like, talk all night, eat the snacks.
Yep.
So that was lovely too. So it was just a fun, friend-filled
beautiful couple of days.
A beautiful couple of days we all had.
Yep.
And yeah, we're gonna head into the week, and then we're off.
Here we are.
We are off.
Bon voyage.
I'm such an idiot.
Oh.
I Saturday night, like, think about it, hungover all day. Saturday night, it just hit me out of nowhere. You know when, like, something hits you out of nowhere and you, like, completely have forgotten about it, and somehow you're reminded? We extended our St. Lucia trip, and I never changed the flight.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yes.
But it just, like, smacked you in the face on Saturday. You went like, oh, fuck.
Saturday night, I go, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I never changed the flight. I never changed. What? So I go on to JetBlue, and it's not letting me change the flight. Like, this is 11:30 at night. By the way, I'm put on SNL because I want to watch Jake Gyllenhaal and Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, great. Now I'm missing the beginning because I'm on the phone. Because now I have to call JetBlue because online it's not letting me work. I call JetBlue, and I'm like, can I change this? And they're telling me the flight doesn't exist. And I'm like, so now I'm spiraling. I'm absolutely.
They're telling you the flight that you're on?
The flight that I am trying to change to online. It's coming up online, but it's not letting me click, like.
Gotcha.
Change. It's like error. And then on the phone with them, they're like, it's not work. Like, there's no flight that day. What do you change to? There's no flight. I'm like, there is a flight. It's coming up on my app, Matt's app. Like, it's coming up on all the computers. Like, there is a flight. There's no flight. I'm like, okay. I just hang up, and I had to, basically, I couldn't change my flight. I had to book an entirely different flight. There's a whole thing. The flight exists, though. So now I'm like, JetBlue's telling people this flight doesn't exist. It does exist.
Yeah.
Whatever. I got it done. But would have been really bad news.
Yeah.
In a week from now.
Totally. At least you thought about it on Saturday and not like, the end of this week.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's all right. I've done that before.
What the fuck is wrong with me? Before. Oh, well, anyways, let's get into the rest of the show.
Let's do it.
I'm having a nice little time chatting. Oh.
Same. Honestly, the loud luxury set in the lobby put me in a nice little mood to just, like, chit chat.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we're just catching up. Yeah,
maybe like throw a little dance move in there.
Yeah, I was like, should we?
Body on my, losing all my innocence. A body on my,
Okay.
Yep.
Rest of the show.
Stuff,
Let's get into it. Let me get out of my Leo Woodall app. Okay, let's talk about J-Lo and Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Lots of rumors, now lots of pictures.
Yeah.
Diddy, horrific video and apology. We also have the Kelce Jam. Just classic.
Not to
classic
be confused
bros.
with Fig Jam.
Yeah, not to be. It's the Kelce Jam.
It's the Kelce Jam.
They should put out their own Fig Jam. And Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny may be reuniting. And we also have the weekly watch report. So let's get into it.
Yes. Macy's has everything you need for all of your summer occasions, including the perfect outfit for graduation, summer trips, maybe some summer weddings. Brands like DKNY, Michael Kors, On 34th, and more. I am so excited for summer. I am so excited to jump into summer clothes, great jeans, shorts, skirts, tanks, dresses, bathing suits. Gearing up for the summer, Macy's, you can search for new bathing suits, beach towels, and even floaties for the kids. They have all the poolside essentials. So if you have a lot of plans this summer, great. Macy's has the outfits for you. If you're chilling, you're going to the beach, you're poolside, you're getting some sun, they have everything for you as well. Classic bathing suits, cover-ups, sandals, flip-flops. You name it, it's there. You can shop at Macy's.com or in store. I know personally I have a few summer weddings coming up. So wedding dresses or just travel accessories, travel dresses, vacation. It's a big summer. We have a vacation coming up next week. Checking out Macy's.com for some great vacation outfits. Shop at Macy's.com or in store for all of your summer needs.
Okay, so J-Lo and Ben Affleck, are they splitting up or are they not? So lots of rumors about them splitting up. They're headed for divorce. We saw Ben Affleck at the Tom Brady roast on stage, and he was not good, first of all. He was awful.
Wasn't.
We never even touched on that. It was very, very bad. It seemed like he was really stuck on this one commenter.
Just made it about himself.
And like he was talking about Tom Brady, but it was like, you're talking about yourself.
Yeah.
And so that was
what Nikki said on KFC. Like Nikki Glazer was like, he was he was not prepared. Like it was weird. Like it was
strange.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, you clearly have some things that you maybe need to tackle at home. So that was odd. And now all these rumors that they're splitting up, they've been living apart, and now we're seeing all these pictures of them together.
Yeah, of course.
But let me just say, these pictures, they don't look happy.
Right.
They don't look happy together.
But here's my counter. When they were just like either just married or early on in the relationship, their pictures didn't ever necessarily look happy.
Has Ben Affleck ever looked happy?
Right. Ben Affleck never really looks. He only looks happy when he has his Dunkin' in his hand.
Yeah.
Walking around by himself.
Exactly. So, but now it's like this is the J-Lo school of
Rock.
PR. Yes. Rock, obviously.
Yep.
It's like, oh, they haven't been seen together in a month. What's going on? They're living separately, but they're working on their marriage. They're not broken up. They're still together working on their marriage. Boom. Here they are in public. Oh, they're flower shopping. They got flowers in their hand. Reuniting for the sake of their kids. It says, the TMZ article said, Ben Affleck and J-Lo are still on speaking terms as they go through whatever they're going through. They briefly reunited for the sake of their kids, but they're still not under the same roof. The couple was photographed together for the first time in well over a month Thursday evening, coming together for a school play starring Ben's kid, Finn. We're told Ben and Jen arrived separately, but both showed up with flowers for Finn, and they didn't keep their distance. They were chatting it up with each other ahead of the play. However, there was no PDA as they instead kept their hands to themselves during the reunion. J-Lo's child was also there to see the play. And yeah. But it's, what I'm saying? Like, if you were just to see the pictures, it's like, oh, here they are chatting in the street. They're holding flowers. They're going to a school play. Like, kind of maybe a united front. But behind closed doors doesn't seem like it's okay.
Yeah, I think the rumor mill happens to be true on this one. Like, I honestly think that J-Lo is extremely hard to deal with. I've never read or heard a good thing about J-Lo. Like working with J-Lo, being around J-Lo. The only thing I've ever seen about J-Lo is that she's extremely hard to work with.
Did you see that Met Gala video that was going viral? Of like someone being like, "What are you wearing?" And just the way that she answered it was
right. And it's like you're a co-chair, so like maybe show a little bit more enthusiasm. And Ben Affleck not there to support co-chair at the Met Gala.
Ben also like not easy to deal with. I feel.
No, God, no. I mean, yeah,
like
for sure,
right? I feel like with the two of them together, I don't know. It's tough because when they did reunite, I truly felt like, oh, they know how to handle each other. You know, they've
so they thought,
right? Like they've been around each other for so many years. And so many years have passed. They've known each other. Like their love started when they were so much younger, and now they've matured and all these things. But it's like, well, did they? But I don't know. It's crazy after everything that J-Lo has put out as far as her relationship, like the This Is Me Now and everything that has come out, and like that they just can't seem to. I don't know what it is. She is such a hopeless romantic. She really is. It's like, watch all the stuff that she does. You know, it really does seem like she wants to make it work, but I don't know if it's like she wants to make it work so badly, but it can only ever be on her terms. Like, what is the
I feel like
what's the problem?
I feel like she's such a hopeless romantic in the beginning, and then you get the real J-Lo. And then it's like, but also with Ben Affleck, like, he doesn't seem like a peach.
Right.
You know?
I know. It's tough for me because I actually like really love, it's like I love J-Lo, the performer, the entertainer, like the actor, like the movies, everything. But sometimes, yeah, it's clear like there's only ever been, it's like, oh, I had this bad reaction with J-Lo, or when there's, especially with blind items and things like that, it was always like, there was always like ongoing ones where people would say that if you were working with J-Lo, like if you looked her in the eye wrong, like you'd be off the project, or like if you were too low level of an employee, like don't make eye contact with her. And then like what didn't she like?
So fucked.
Didn't she like have? There was also, she was auditioning dancers, and like I forget what specific sign it was, but if you were like a specific sign, zodiac sign, she was like, get out. I forget what it was, but there was something with that, right? I'm not making that up, right?
Yeah.
Like it was like, I don't fuck with whatever that zodiac sign is. So I don't know. It's like, you hear all this chatter. It really felt like she and Ben were going to be the ones to, I had a lot of faith in them, but
I don't have a lot of faith in Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that's fair too.
And it's so sad because like movie star Ben Affleck, like in the films, you know, like The Town,
right?
I'm like, oh, love. But person Ben Affleck, I'm just like, you're a mess.
Yeah.
You know, I want you to have it figured out, but
yeah,
you're kind of a mess. I don't think I would be. I honestly don't even think I would be saying this if it wasn't for that Tom Brady roast recently.
Right,
like, we're hot off the press.
Yeah.
Of a bad public display of Ben Affleck, and now I'm like, ooh, Ben Affleck's a mess.
Right.
But if we were talking about this a couple weeks ago, I'd be like, Ben, he's had his troubles, he's had his ups and downs.
Yeah.
You know, he's a tortured artist. He's trying to have it figured out with his ex and his new wife. But since then, I'm like, he's just angry and like needs to get it figured out.
Well, he's just like, curmudgeon is just like the perfect word to describe him.
Yeah, I've never like said that word out loud.
Yeah.
You have like a couple times.
Yeah, I it's in my vocabulary for sure.
It is. I don't know if it's one I'll pick up.
Yeah. I think it's a great way to, like, he really has curmudgeon. Like,
it's perfect.
Yeah. So I will truly, like, the clip lives rent free in my brain of, in the documentary, J-Lo talking about making this new album and collecting all the love letters that Ben has written her, like past, present, and showing them to like the production on the album and the writers to like help inspire everybody to, you know, creatively to work with the new songs and everything. And she's saying that, you know, they did this, and then it cuts to Ben and he's like, yeah, you know, I wouldn't have preferred she show those to everybody. You know, like there's certain things where I think he understands, and he says it too. Like, I think he like understands the sacrifices she makes, and she is such an incredibly hard worker. But I think maybe that puts the blinders on for her, like, because when she is so locked in on, that's what a lot of these rumors have been too. New album, new tour, she's fucking locked in, she's doing all this stuff, she's prepping for shows, she's got the blinders on, and it's probably like, oh, Ben, you know, I do not have time to like do whatever, like coddle you right now, like and that's it, you know?
Yeah, I just wonder if these two crazy kids are going to keep pretending,
right?
Or if it's just going to be like,
well, I could see that. I could totally see that.
Maybe for like one more year, though.
Yeah, like while she's on tour, they're like, "Look, I'm going to be on tour. I'm going to be gone anyway. Let's not make any.
You don't have to deal with me.
Let's not make any decisions legally until then. Until
right.
like after that, you know?
Yeah.
See what happens. Maybe they just need a little time apart.
to miss each other.
Yeah.
They once upon a time they did need that. They needed years.
Yeah, I mean,
20 years.
Yeah, just a brief 20.
They needed 2 decades apart to miss each other.
Hey, why don't we take another 10 years off?
Yeah. See you in 10, babe.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been what, 2 years ish, maybe 2020. Like, when did they reunite? 2022.
I don't know what year we're in. Like, are you having that problem?
Yeah,
lately?
yeah. 2024 is a really it is
Because I'm like, holy fuck.
in my
What
mind.
do you mean? Like, it's not 2022.
In my mind, when people reference 2019, I'm like, oh, that was like 2 years ago. And it's just not true.
I think we're forever stuck in that because of COVID. I truly think the year 2020 fucked everybody's brain up on how they think about years.
Yeah, totally.
Because I'm like, when I think about it being 2024 and then it's almost 2025, and I'm like, how old am I?
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what year is it? Like,
no, it's true. I mean, you're like 24-year-old here, guys. It's crazy how age works.
We've
But
known each other for so
20
long now.
20. We're in the stage that a lot of people in their early 20s were born after 2000.
That's crazy. But like, we met in 2017. That's,
it's a long
that's
ass time
why
ago,
it's
yeah.
2024.
I know. Yep.
We went to high school and college together at this point.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I always do that in my head. I'm like 4 years. Like I've been to college almost 2 times now. At Barstool.
Right. Like you just start thinking like in those years because like you're like, I've known my high school friends for this long or whatever.
Yep.
But now it's like, oh my God, we basically went to high school and college together now. That's wild. Anyway, sorry. That it just throws me off when I hear the
No,
years.
I mean it really does because now it's like, look at that. Like now, how much time are they going to need?
Now I need to know when they got together.
I feel like it was 2021, maybe
I feel like
2022. No, 2021 sounds
I'm trying to think of when her and A-Rod
more
broke up.
appropriate. What
It
is?
must have been.
2021, married 2022.
Okay, man, that's mixing. Got together 2021, married 2022. That makes sense.
Hold on one second.
That adds up because we were at like no, that adds up because I feel like A-Rod was like all that stuff was kind of happening right pre-COVID or maybe
when he was with
2020?
Madison.
yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Damn, all this stuff has me on the floor.
oh God,
That was awful.
that was a bad one. That was a bad one.
Why?
That was a
That
tough
was
one.
so
I
bad.
don't know.
Why?
Sometimes now because you're
Forced?
delivering them with with too much anticipation.
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
like you're not.
Yeah. It
Sometimes you have to do it like when we're naturally in conversation. You know, when there's like a little bit of a pause and then you do it. It's just like
And no, it's also like that one just like wasn't even funny. You know?
I
Right.
think it's because I said all this stuff. I should have.
Yeah, like it was just kind of thrown together last minute.
right,
Like
yeah.
a last minute
just
homework.
a general statement.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, whoa,
A last minute science
I'm
project.
basically on the floor right now.
Right.
What's
Like,
your favorite Jennifer Lopez song? Let's Get Loud.
oh, Let's Get Loud is such a classic.
Yeah.
Reminds me of my mom.
Same.
Let's get loud. Like dancing around the kitchen.
Wow, what the fuck? My mom did. That was like my mom's favorite song.
Cleaning song.
Yeah.
That's a
I
classic.
do love on the floor. It's a great one too.
That's about it.
London to Ibiza, straight to LA, New York, Asia, and Africa. Dance the night away. I was actually just talking about J-Lo because my friend Jen fucking loves J-Lo. She's like, I'm going to see her tour. And I said, you know, Rhea and I actually went to a J-Lo show at MSG. We were fucking pumped.
Yes.
We were so excited for it because she, like I said, she is an amazing entertainer. And we got maybe 3 songs before
less than
2
3.
maybe, like before there was a citywide blackout and MSG lost power.
Yeah.
The
infamous blackout. The 2019 blackout.
And we all had to evacuate the MSG and we walked out onto 7th Ave and it was pitch black. And it was so freaky. It was like the purge. It was terrifying.
It was terrifying. None of the streetlights worked.
Like every light was off around. Like never do you walk by, especially Madison Square Garden, those lights are on at all times, like around that area. and it was just
darkness. And then we like walked to your friend's apartment. We were on their roof. It was dark.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll never forget.
Yep. We haven't gotten back to a J-Lo show.
We were supposed to meet J-Lo. It was
a whole big thing. And, we got the hookup.
Yeah, it never happened.
Yep.
So, and we never tried again. It was like,
no, it was like
the moment was there and was lost.
If you're gonna be struck down by a citywide blackout, it's not meant to be.
We're not meant to be J-Lo. Because
you're messing with some like J-Lo, karmic issue there. If
right.
If they're like citywide blackout.
Right. You're not supposed to ever be near J-Lo.
Yeah.
That's what I took that as.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see what's happening between Ben and J-Lo. I'm now locked into this story, and I'm locked into these fake papo shots.
Yeah, right.
Of the two of them.
Yeah.
Moving on to a not fun topic, really not fun whatsoever, is the Diddy video that was released. Diddy and Cassie, just absolutely horrific. There's
major trigger warning on that video if you haven't seen it, or like it's I mean it was posted on social media a lot, but I know a lot of people were really also like trying not to
and a lot of
it is bad.
Yeah, I know that CNN put out like the full video uncovered, but then there were a lot of places resharing it, like the Shade Room like covered it up kind of, but it's horrific. And we know that Cassie filed a lawsuit against Diddy early on last year, and it was settled the next day. And so that had people, their eyebrows were raised. They were like, okay, he claims he's not guilty, but this was settled. They settled outside of court.
Put out some whole statement of his innocence.
Right. And I got to be honest, I didn't watch his apology video because I have no interest watching a fake apology, because there is nothing you can say that will make up for this video. There is no coming back from that, in my opinion. There's nothing you can do or say that will have Diddy come back from what that video entailed, because first of all, that video was horrific in itself. What do you think happened besides that video? That was just one time we saw in a 10-year relationship between Diddy and Cassie.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine what that poor woman went through. I feel so awful for her. Thankfully, it seems like she is now in a very loving relationship. Her husband put out a statement, a very powerful statement about, men who abuse women. And it's really just at a loss for words, because when you see this, right, because obviously when you read the lawsuit, it was like to me, it was like, yeah, I believe Cassie 100%, right? Like, it was like, it's written there for me, like, I believe 100%. And then you see the video and you're just like...
And you're like, oh, and here's the video of exactly what you said.
Exactly what she said.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah. Yep.
And I just now believe everything about Diddy, and that he's just... one of the worst people on the entire planet. Like, he's just so awful. He's a monster. Like, I just am so disgusted by him. And like, if anybody's liking that video, because I saw Girl Boss Town post on her story that it was like liked by like Diplo or whatever, like his apology video. And I'm just like, if you
that's
quote
crazy.
unquote accept this apology from Diddy, or believe this apology from Diddy,
right,
you're outside of your mind.
Yeah.
Like, you really think this man feels bad about what he did, or does he just feel bad that he got caught and now everyone sees this video of him and now knows that there are probably countless and countless other times that he has acted this way?
Yeah.
Like, it's disgusting. It's truly horrific.
Literally, this is the statement that he put out in December when the lawsuit was initially filed. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. It's absolutely
That's
crazy
insane
to do that. and put that shit out and then say what you. He posted on Instagram 6 days ago just a picture that says "Time tells truth."
What?
Like, are you fucking joking?
Time tells truth that you are a horrific abuser. Like, because that's what we're
It's
seeing.
crazy.
Your legacy should be destroyed. Your career should be destroyed. Everything should be destroyed because you're an awful human being, and that word doesn't even describe it, right? Like, you can't even think of a word that's bad enough to describe how awful he really is. Like, that video, like...
And it's true. It's like so many people are commenting, "You're only sorry you got caught." It's like, yeah, and like I said, I also did not press play on that video. I could not even listen to it with sound, but I have seen like quotes from it and whatever, and just like making excuses for yourself or I was so drunk or blah. No, zero justification. Don't care what you have to say. Truly, really don't care how much work you claim you've done.
Zero. Don't care at all. There's no coming back from it.
And
there's literally no coming back from this. Like,
you
it
know what
was
really does
so
break my
bad.
Heart? His like he has really young kids. You know, like that is so heartbreaking to me to have really young kids and to deal with that, and also to see all this about your father in the media and the press and the actions that your father has done and has clearly hurt somebody in that way to that level. And you know, he's posting these pictures of like his little daughter. I'm like, are you?
It's insane.
It is really heartbreaking. It really is.
I won't talk about like the actual context of the video, but just the beginning part, like Cassie's at the elevator waiting for the elevator to come, and you see Diddy running down the hallway in a towel, and it's like, just imagining how scary that must have been for her, that she like thinks she got away, like has that moment to like get on the elevator, and the elevator doesn't come fast enough, and she's
putting her fucking shoes on at the elevator. That's how fast she was trying to sneak out of
down the hallway. Like the video, it was just insane. Like, truly
shivers
horrific.
down your spine. It's terrifying. And
so scary.
Yep.
Well,
So
I feel awful for her because at the same time, like, the lawsuit was settled the next day, whatever, and I feel like Cassie, I don't know for sure, but from what happened, it seemed like she just wanted to move on, like, with her life after that, because it was so quickly, like, settled.
And who knows everything that she had to endure that.
Right.
If you're like if she closed that chapter of her life, she's like, he can pay me back.
Yeah. And now for everyone to see this video, and it like is probably bringing up so many horrific memories for her, I feel awful for her because did she consent to this video being released? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like now the world has seen this video, and I don't know what her thought process is. On one hand, maybe you're thinking you're relieved that people can see the piece of shit human he really is. On the other hand, you now have to relive these events. Like, I'm sure there's so much that goes into it. So I feel awful for Cassie, and I'm glad that it seems like she has a great support system around her now. Like I said, her husband, kids, like it seems like she is surrounded by love now. And I just fucking hate Diddy, and I just can't believe anybody would like even watch that video and think that there's any sincerity behind it. No, he's a monster.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy too that that I believe it was like the LA district attorney said that because this video was 2016, it's too much time has passed for there to be any other like assault charges on him for that specific incident. So it's great because you watch that and you're like, how is that he not in trouble for that? And
you also watch and go,
did I see something that he like that they paid off the hotel?
So there's now people are trying to figure out, okay, if the hotel had this footage, why was this not released earlier? Right. Apparently it's like room, who knows, but Diddy had paid like $50,000 for the hotel not to release the footage, but then they think when Diddy's house was raided, they found this tape, something like that. Like, you don't know for sure, but at the same time, I'm like the fact that the hotel would like take money to cover up something like that is so disgusting as well.
Yeah.
Like, you just watch this this woman get abused like that, and you're just going to take money to cover it up. Like, that's just disgusting. The whole thing is just awful.
It really is crazy. And this was like in the TMZ had written, we had reached out to Intercontinental Hotels and Resorts, the ownership group that was in charge of the Intercontinental at the time, to see if they were made aware of this in 2016, but haven't heard back. And then the update was, a rep for Intercontinental Hotels and Resorts tells TMZ this hotel is no longer under IHG management and we do not have any access to prior incident records or footage. Yeah, so I guess it's kind of like CNN didn't. Obviously, CNN got the footage how
Yeah.
obviously it's like that's what they do is investigative work and digging, and that video probably got sent to them in some way. This is a civil complaint filed by Ventura last year, says Combs paid the hotel $50,000 for the security footage. Citing the statute of limitations, the DA's office said it found the video disturbing, but charges couldn't be filed due to the amount of time that has passed. That was what I just said from the Fox.
It's so crazy. Yeah. It's so crazy how that can be the case. Like, you are literally seeing this play out in front of you, but you can't arrest him because too much time has passed.
Right. So in Cassie's civil complaint, they had said that Diddy had paid the hotel for this footage, and that's why no one's seen it. So.
Yeah, and then apparently, like, they're saying that maybe when his house got raided, this footage was in his home.
Right.
So
terrible.
Bad. It's just so bad.
So terrible. And I'm sorry. There's no redemption. There's not.
None.
There's not.
None.
There's not.
And this is just one of, I'm sure, many cases. Like, you know, this, you don't just do that one time.
Nope.
So I just feel awful for Cassie. I feel awful for anybody who has suffered at the hands of Diddy, because I'm sure it's not just Cassie.
Yep.
Like, you know, he just seems like an awful human being.
Yep.
But to move on, because we got to move on to something a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
The Kelce Jam.
Crazy.
The Kelce Jam happened this weekend.
Fig Jam, Kelce Jam.
Kelce Jam.
Kelce Fig Jam.
Now, the Kelce Jam, I'm just like, bros. Like, that's it to me. It's just like a bunch of bros broing out at the Kelce Jam.
Honestly, the fact that there even just is a Kelce Jam is just hysterical.
Yeah, like, it's like the most bro thing, Kelce thing ever.
Yeah. Like, let's just do the Kelce Jam, the Travis Kelce Music Festival.
I don't know, like, sponsored by Subway.
I think this is what, year 2 of maybe the Kelce Jam?
I'm not caught up on the Kelce Jam extracurriculars.
Multiple years. Obviously, this is the year the most eyeballs have been on the Kelce Jam.
For a second, I was like, is Taylor Swift about to show up to the Kelce Jam? Like, is Taylor Swift going to perform at the Kelce Jam?
Saw some breaking news not related to this. Harry Styles and Taylor Russell broke up, being reported.
Oh.
On Page 6.
This was this.
Harry Styles and Taylor Russell broke up. You know, I like had faith in these two. I don't know why.
Now I'm being pulled in different directions here.
By who?
I'm thinking about the Kelce Jam.
Okay, well, I just want to say that
yes,
Harry Styles and Taylor Russell have broken up.
And I will
confirmed.
I will clarify. This was year 2 of the Kelce Jam. Now, Harry Styles and Taylor Russell was never. This is the classic out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was never really thinking too much about them because you never really saw them.
Right, but when I did see them, I was like, you know, that's a low-key couple.
Oh, totally.
Like, they're gonna make it.
Totally.
But man, like, this guy just can't settle down.
Girls are going to be pumped about that.
They will.
Oh, I'm sure. Look out for the fan pages.
Yeah. No, but I think
if only Timothy Chalamet could.
I think a lot of them were rooting for them as a couple, though. Taylor Russell and Harry Styles. But I'm sure, sure they will.
It's like his shows, must hit different when you know he's single.
This is also according to The Sun.
It was on Dumois, too.
Yeah, they went through a source told The Sun they went through a rough patch after their trip to Japan in April and are taking some time apart. their relationship has been strained recently. That's all it really says.
Dang.
So-
When it's strained, I'm like,
Yeah.
Page 6 is trying to steal they started the article off with, it's not the same as it was.
they're stealing your jokes now.
Yeah.
It's like they're in the room and they said, we're going to get him back for that J-Lo on the floor joke.
Yep.
But yeah, the
exactly.
Kelce Jam, like, I don't have much to say about it besides, like, it looked like it was a good time.
Yeah, and he was obviously asked about Taylor a lot. He had said, like, oh, I know, like I said, they asked if there was any advice that she gave him. Go out there and have fun. She was here. I know that. But it's just like, it's so funny. 20,000 people.
He said his 3 favorite Taylor Swift songs are Blank Space, The Alchemy, and So High School.
Yep.
So clearly he has some, he's partial.
As he should.
He's partial to the recent album.
As he should be.
But I love that
Which he did say he was, the new songs.
I love that he's partial to the new album, but at the same time, he's like, nothing's going to beat Blank Space.
No, that kills me. It's like, yeah, those ones are about me, but I fucking love Blank Space.
Blank Space rocks, which it does,
Yeah. He's like, look, she can write as many songs as she wants about me. Blank Space, number one.
I actually appreciate that from
I do
him,
too.
though. Like,
I
he's
do
like,
too.
okay, I love the songs about me, but Blank Space is a jam. It's a
I
Kelce
still have
jam.
to go with Blank Space.
Yeah.
Always.
Blank Space pulled
But
a lot
yeah.
of people in, I think.
It is so fun. I mean, seeing the videos just cracked me up because he really is just such a meathead. Like, he's just running onto stage, 20,000 people. He's like, what's up? Let's fucking go. Like, it's just jumping up and down, screaming into the microphone.
Yeah, it's just like, you won't catch me there, but I'm glad for everybody else who had a good time at the Kelce Jam.
Totally. Presented by
Subway. Eat fresh.
Some good. No, they had some good sponsors, I felt like.
Yeah, they're of course.
I mean, I wonder
Kelce
how much.
Jam.
I know.
Duh.
I just wonder how much money you like make from something like that.
As a sponsor, or from Kelce or the Kelce brothers, or Travis Kelce himself.
Yeah. Like, or is it just he just slaps his name on it?
I'm sure he makes a ton of money.
Diplo, Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz. I mean, I gotta pay all these people too.
Friend, they got endless fucking money.
No, I know. They also
The sponsors.
Yeah, it's also like, I feel like an event group, like is an event production company, Medium Rare is what he worked with. So I feel like really it's like those people put on this event and then they just name it the
how
Kelce Jam.
any other festival
Right,
they pay
right.
performers.
Yeah. Although Adam Richman, Medium Rare's co-CEO and co-founder, said Travis is very hands-on when it comes to the lineup and in our ear about who he wants. So he's a busy guy these days. He's filming that Ryan Murphy show, and Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? He finished already, and Kelce Jam.
Packed schedule.
They had a moment for a beautiful, what looked like a beautiful little romantic getaway to Lake Como.
Yeah, people thought they got engaged. Like, that was like a rumor going around on the fan pages, like really heavily. Like the fan pages are thinking that they got engaged because Taylor was doing certain hand movements at her show, and and then there were rumors that they broke up, and I was like, okay,
certain hand movements, like what?
Like she was holding up her
just being like,
ring, whatever.
Yeah.
And apparently she hasn't done that before in certain parts of the song, and she had this big smile on while she was doing it. So people are like, oh my God, they got engaged. But
well, people also really freaked out because Entertainment Tonight ran a story that was like, proposal is imminent at this point. It was like, it's like definitely coming. And everyone was like, oh, Entertainment Tonight's Tree Payne's publication of choice. Like, she loves Entertainment Tonight. Like,
right. So I just think that
maybe they're just teeing us up. They're teeing us up for the big moment.
I just feel like there'd be more comfortable, like a faraway picture with her in a ring.
Yeah.
You know?
Let me tell you though, those fucking paparazzi, man, they got some, I don't know where they were hiding or what they were doing, but they must have had some mega lenses because where they were is pretty private. And there's really once you zoom in, they get like a little pixelated, but like enjoying a little beautiful candlelit meal outside. That was like, damn,
it's so creepy when you think about it, though.
It really is.
Because
and also because I don't know if they know.
Right. But now they do.
I'm sure they, in the back of their mind, they could be like, oh, like we are outside. Somebody could be taking pictures of us. But then you probably see, you're like, holy shit, they really got in there.
Yeah, they were really far. Yeah, it's creepy. It's creepy because they literally can't go anywhere.
I mean, it's every moment they were outside, it seemed.
Yeah.
Like they had that meal outside, and then they did a little boat ride. There's pictures of that. Like,
it's creepy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're having a nice time.
Yeah, it looked like a lovely little romantic getaway.
A nice little trip. On top of that, it seems like maybe the Met Gala brought Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny back together because now Kendall Jenner was seen at Bad Bunny's show in Orlando. And, you know, I'm like, for this, I'm just like, they've kind of lost my interest as a couple, Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner. You know, like,
if this is more of a casual thing, seems like Harry's back on the market.
Right. Like, you know, that would excite me. Kendall Jenner and Harry Styles would excite me.
Yeah.
Like, let's bring back an old flame.
Yeah. And that's not Bad Bunny.
That's not bad. And
I don't know.
And I like Bad Bunny. I'm just like, they break up, they get back together. It doesn't seem very serious.
Well, it just feels that way with a lot of Kendall's relationships, to be honest.
That's true. She's a girl having fun.
Yeah. Devin Booker was kind of like that.
Right. I thought maybe they were getting back together.
Yeah, there were rumors about that too.
And then she's back with Bad Bunny. I don't know.
She loves a rekindle.
Yeah, and maybe she loves a rekindle. Classic.
Good one.
Thank you. That one, I was proud of that one.
Yep, nope, that was a good one. But yeah, she does. And the door's always open for her.
Right, and maybe
for her exes.
Maybe she's like, ooh,
which is nice because I feel like that means it always ends like in not a terrible way, you know?
And maybe she's like, ooh, if I'm seeing with Bad Bunny, Devin Booker will get jealous. He'll want me back. Then I'll go back to Devin Booker. Ooh, then Bad Bunny.
Right.
You know, it's like a little, who knows?
Yep.
But now that you brought up this whole Harry Styles thing, I'm like, ooh, that would be a fun little, hey, she keeps the door open.
That's where my brain goes immediately anytime like there's Harry Styles relationship news. I'm like, who's going to be next?
Right, because it's going to be somebody.
Yeah.
You know, the man's not just going to be single.
No.
Like, he's going to be seen with somebody. Remember when him and Emily Ratajkowski were just making out on the side of a car? Yeah. Everyone was like, what the hell?
Yep.
That was fun. People lost their minds about that.
Yep.
That was exciting.
And you know what? That was probably a good little blip for the both of them. Like, it was just like, hey, we had a steamy makeout.
Yeah, like Harry Styles was like,
fling.
I made out with Emily Ratajkowski.
Yeah. A little, like.
British accent?
No, like, Ratajkowski didn't roll off the tongue in a British accent. Yeah. And Emily Ratajkowski's like, I made out with Harry Styles.
Yeah, exactly.
And she like hurt her friend's feelings because she was friends with Olivia Wilde.
Yep.
So she had a little drama, I guess. But yeah, all right, that wraps up the topics. Right now, I'm sipping on something yummy and delicious. I have a Swoon lemonade in my hand. I'm going to take a nice little sip, a little ASMR. Refreshing, delicious. That tastes so good. It's 0 sugar lemonade, up to 7 flavors. This is the classic lemonade. Also, the raspberry lemonade is delicious. They also have tons of other flavors, and it's so good. And it gives you that nostalgic lemonade taste that everybody thinks of their childhood, but also their adulthood, because I still love lemonade. I still drink lemonade, specifically Swoon lemonade. It's so delicious. It's the perfect little treat with lunch or dinner. I like to crack mine open, pour it on some ice, make it ice cold lemonade, and it is truly so good. I'm so happy to have this in my hand right now. Actually, it's so tasty and all naturally sweetened, no fake stuff, which is so important. It's just 5 calories and nothing artificial. Swoon is the 0 sugar beverage that you can love right now. So make sure you're trying Swoon. Find Swoon at your local Whole Foods, and you can also buy it online at tasteswoon.com. So guys, make sure you try this delicious lemonade. I'm going to take another sip so you guys all want to try Swoon and hear that delicious tastiness in just one sip. It's so good. It's best enjoyed chilled. So like I said, I like to put a couple cans in my fridge, make sure they're nice when I get home, or pour it on some ice to keep it ice cold lemonade. Swoon, go check it out at tasteswoon.com or buy it at your local Whole Foods. Welcome back to the Weekly Watch Report, where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly Watch Report on Monday, Weekly Watch Report on Monday, Weekly Watch Report on Monday, Weekly Watch Report on Monday.
Beautiful.
Hey. What did I watch this week? Maxton Hall, which I have 2 more episodes left. but I'm gonna give it a B.
Yeah, you gotta finish.
I have to finish it. But I really enjoyed what I watched. And it was
now I don't want to give any. I don't want to ruin it.
It was a tearjerker for me. I teared up at some parts. It was sweet when she walks down the stairs.
Yeah.
When Ruby walks down the stairs in the dress.
Yep.
And of course, you have the you don't fit in.
What a terrible father, by the way.
Awful.
Wait until you get to the end. Oh my God, I wanted to kill this man.
I have 2 more episodes.
Terrible.
So.
Mean. Also, so rude to the sister. Sister's the idea gal. She's the behind the scenes, and God forbid she makes one mistake. The dad is like, she can't be a part of the company. Although I'm not really into I don't know about her and the teacher relationship, but they
that one confused me.
Yeah.
But we need that for the show.
Right. But they're in love.
Right.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But also they don't really tell you how old he is. Which I don't know is on purpose.
How old they are. Yeah.
Well, she's obviously in high school. So
Right.
right, we know she's 17-ish.
Yeah, right. She's 17 or 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is he?
Right.
Unsure.
Not good either way.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give that a B.
Because there's also another twist at the end with her too.
Yeah. I'll give that a B. Have 2 more episodes left. So, got to hold on.
I'm just waiting on the news that they've renewed for another season. It's got to be coming.
I think
it's got to be coming quickly. / when the books are going to be published in English, because I would like to read them.
Yeah. Summer House.
Man, oh man. Man, oh man. That Kyle Cook.
No. That Kyle Cook and that Carl.
Yeah.
Both of them?
Both of them. True, both of them.
Both of them are fucking awful. I'm sorry. I'm not holding back anymore. I can't stand either
You've
of them.
really been holding back, so you should definitely you should definitely say how you feel this time.
Oh shit. No, I can't stand them. I can't fucking stand them. I can't. Genuinely watching it, I was getting so angry that I had to pause. I had to take breaks watching the episode because of how awful I really think the 2 of them are. Kyle is a gross excuse of a man. Sorry. He really is. There's no part of him that he's a 40-year-old child.
Yeah.
He is, first of all, the way that his ego can't handle any sort of I don't even know if constructive criticism is the right word, but Amanda's friends being hey, Amanda's really hurt. We watch her cry about this. She is not happy. She's not feeling herself. And yet he just makes it all about him.
Right.
And they're
well, then he starts crying because he's nobody understands me.
No, and
it's okay, you're crying because of yourself.
And let me tell you, Sierra was spot on the after show when she said that Kyle's cry was a manipulative cry. It 100% was, because he said all these awful things to Amanda and about Amanda, and then he gets out there and he starts crying. So what does Amanda have to do? Amanda has to comfort him and now make him feel, oh, it's okay, it's okay. Now, when Amanda was upset, was Kyle comforting Amanda? Yeah. No, Kyle got mad and screamed and yelled and threw things at the house. There was no comforting of Amanda. It was a manipulative way to make Amanda feel bad for him. So now it's then again about Kyle and what Kyle wants. And now Kyle's DJing and Kyle's doing all the things he wants to do. And Amanda is doing nothing besides working for Kyle and making sure Kyle feels okay in his little ego. I cannot stand this man, and I can't. And the fact that he keeps saying this is for our future. You're 40 years old. Your future is now.
Yeah.
It's happening now. Your future is happening in this moment because you're fucking 40.
Right.
So
and
why not I'm working for now. Amanda wants to work for now.
I think he's so afraid of making any big life decisions too. Because he's always, and he's in the beverage industry. It's very volatile. It's not, I get it. There's a very stressful, section to be in of the food and beverage worlds. The beverage world is nuts, and I'm sure he's super stressed, but you can't wait until everything lines up so perfectly in your life that then we can move, then we can have a kid. It's no, you move and grow, and those things also happen at the same time. Like, you can't just separate all of them. And I feel like he just wants to separate like his work life. And it's like, well, I can't do anything until Loverboy is like, oh, whatever. But it's like, that also may not happen. Like, Loverboy could crash and burn.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you get to say, oh, sorry, Amanda, I know you really have always wanted to be a mom. Now, like, that's off the table.
Yeah. On the after show, when he said about Paige, I wouldn't expect somebody with a podcast to understand that.
Yeah.
Excuse me, fighting words, Paige is more successful than you will ever be. She's busy selling out shows with Giggly Squad. She is crushing it every single day. She's always doing her own thing. That girl works her ass off, and it is very apparent. Like, you can see she is always doing something. She has a million different shows with Amazon. She has all these things going on that she's building for herself.
Yeah.
And the fact that he thinks I wouldn't expect somebody with a podcast to understand.
Right.
Like, fuck off.
And he loves to take a dig and then be like, oh, well, he said that, and then he was like, not to hit on anybody in the influencer entertainment like industry, whatever. But and yeah, sure, it's not the same, but you can't, like, it's not the same job, but you can't discredit how hard she works. And also, like, oh, where is this some crazy level of money that's just inconceivable to us little people with podcasts? Like, it's just he just says all the wrong things sometimes.
I just was like, I want Paige to fucking murder him, because she is so much better off than he will ever be because of his attitude, because of the way he speaks like that. Like, it's just, oh my God. Like, he's the least supportive person I've ever seen on this show. Like, I couldn't.
And truly, Paige and Sierra, like, I understand how they got so fed up. Like, I was literally going, yeah, girls, get him. Like, at the TV when Paige was like, let her fucking move to the suburbs. Let her try something. Let her fail if it fails. Let her drink her Coronas in the backyard and let her be happy. Like,
right, like you don't want to move to Jersey and settle and let her, have a family, but you also don't want her to build her own business. So she just has to live her life miserable for you at all costs. Why can't she work for Loverboy and also try to start her own business for you guys as well? Why is it seen as just like a passion?
Let's also not forget that Amanda sunk a lot of her money to help Kyle in the first place.
Amanda quit her job.
Yeah.
She had a great job that she quit to help Kyle and give him all that money. And also, like, it's just insane that he keeps saying how bad of an employee Amanda is, but then also saying the company can't last without Amanda.
Yeah.
So pick which one is it?
Right.
Is Amanda a terrible employee that you don't need working for you and you'd fire her? Or do you really need Amanda because you're literally crying every time at the thought that she may want to do something else? You can't have both. You can't make her seem like a shitty employee and that she's fucking terrible, and then also cry when she wants to do something else. Like,
it's the side comments. I really don't understand the side comments. Like him being like, when I don't know if it was like CEO or whatever it was. He's like, when our CEO is asking like why she's even making a salary. Like, it's like
why the fuck would you say that about your wife? That is your wife. And I don't care how many times Kyle says like, I care about my marriage and my wife. Really? Because the way that you talk about your wife is actually fucking disgusting. And the fact that Amanda like sits there and takes it, I think I need someone to shake Amanda and wake her up, because that's not how you're supposed to be treated. And also, when going back to Carl and Lindsay, when Lindsay was like, I need my space, I'm gonna go to this place and not drive home with you, and Carl was like, I watch Amanda and Kyle drive home together after every fight they have. Okay, well, also at the same time, Amanda doesn't stick up for herself.
Yeah.
So, it is mature to like talk things out and of course ride home together. They're married. Yes, you do that, but also at the same time, Amanda doesn't stick up for herself.
Yeah.
So it's just like a revolving door of these two men. Like,
Carl also not taking Lindsay's fucking suitcase back to the. It's just
garbage.
Like such petty
garbage.
Petty. And truly, I mean, just quickly back to, this is the last thing I have to say about Kyle and Amanda, but Amanda on Watch What Happens Live, stunning, beautiful, gorgeous. She looked amazing.
Always. She's so fucking cool and beautiful.
So fucking cool. And for her to say that like she and Kyle, I've always felt this way about Kyle on the show, because I've just always felt that Kyle is so like truly desperate to hang on to the show and not let go of something, like still have that show be like a lifeline for him. that he says shit and plays shit up for the drama and does all this shit. And I don't know if Kyle and Amanda have some kind of agreement, or I don't know what it is behind the scenes or what, but Amanda's saying like they don't watch the show together. And there were some things from this last week's episode that she was like, oh, we haven't talked about that yet. It's like, that's crazy to me. Like that's
you're
crazy
strangers at that
so
point.
So at this point, like that feeds into that narrative to me that I feel like they are like, hey, you know, I'm gonna say some things that are gonna piss people off in the public, but it's gonna get people talking. It's gonna cause drama, and like, don't watch it. I don't know, like, what is? It's so weird to me,
it's
like
so
how
weird, and
that, like, how does that not cause, like, watching what he's saying, especially the last couple episodes, how is that not causing like massive fights?
I don't understand. And also, by the way, this is not going to get people to drink Loverboy. Right. The way that you're acting,
right,
like
right.
that. I don't think that's good. You know, they say no publicity is bad publicity, but at the same time,
you're right.
When you're talking about the company tanking and this business and all that, I don't think people are going to run out to buy Loverboy. Like, maybe talk about it in a different light. Like, I don't know. It's just insane. Like, I truly don't understand how in his mind, it's just like he's always right. And you know who I feel bad for actually a little bit. Fucking Hannah Burner. Because when Hannah Burner fought with Kyle and people, oh my God, you know, maybe it wasn't the best showing for Hannah at the time, but it wasn't a good showing for Kyle.
Yeah.
And people always stuck up for Kyle. And it was like, he's been this way. But now that he's getting older, I think people are just like clocking a bit more because they're like, wait, this man's 40 and like acting this way, and especially how he treats Amanda when Amanda's so cool and kind and always like accepting and always there to forgive. And it's like, how long can you do that for? How long can you be so forgiving to a man who like isn't giving it back to you? And now listen, we don't see their relationship off screen, so maybe we have no idea, and maybe it's a lot better off screen.
Yeah.
But from what I'm seeing and what I'm judging from a TV show is that I think he's an awful excuse of a husband.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's bad. And then when it comes to Carl and Lindsay, thank God these two just didn't get married.
I know.
Like, they are the least compatible couple I've ever seen.
It cracks me up because everything Carl was saying, I was like, do you know who you're even speaking to?
Right.
Like, do you know your fiance? Like, when is Lindsay, that is Lindsay. Like, she is a strong personality. She says what's on her mind. Yes, like, she will be supportive. I feel like Lindsay is a ride or die if you give her the reason to jump on the ride, you know?
I think Lindsay's just a realist. Like, she's like, I need to hear.
And Carl's just hasn't given her one, like, reason for her to be, like, so supportive or all this. Just, she can't just blindly, it's like, yes, you are my fiance. I love you. I want you to succeed, but I'm not gonna just lie to you and say, like, if he pitches some idea to her that she's like, oh, well, let's talk this out. I have questions. Are you sure this is a good idea? Like, that is normal. They are getting married. They are building a life. They like, financially, they are going to be starting a life together where they're united, like, on that front. And money is such an important topic to make sure you're on the same page about. And clearly, like, Lindsay has expectations that Carl either is apparently just learning about now or is just like, and I don't know, I'm guessing Carl's feeling insecure about it and that Lindsay's not, you know, patting him on the back every second. And obviously that, like, they're just not, it was just not it.
They're just not compatible. And then when Carl got so petty, like bringing up the PowerPoint thing to Lindsay.
Oh, he was, when he did that, I was like, ooh, the shit he probably says behind closed doors.
Yeah, I was like, what a
if he's saying, I'm like, that's
move.
nasty.
No,
now you're being nasty.
Right, that is nasty. That I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, like, I wasn't expecting to be this way, but I'm so team Lindsay. Like, I truly was not expecting to be that way. And
well, I also just love all the girls, like, being friends this season
it's
too.
great.
I'm like, oh, everybody, like, them, like, laughing about Lindsay's outfit was cracking me up.
But like,
there's just, you know,
let's just be honest though, Danielle fucking sucks. Like,
Yes.
for Danielle to always be agreeing with the guys, she's always
she's
agreeing
always,
with the guys. Why do you want their approval?
she's a guy's gal, you know.
It's so stupid. It's like, why do you care about their fucking approval? They're all babies. They're all the men on this show are a bunch of fucking wimpy babies that are just,
no, they all just need their ego stroked. Danielle strokes their ego for them.
and it's gross. It's like, because she, oh God, it's Like, why? Wouldn't you rather be with all the girls who are having a great time, like supporting each other? I love the way they're all talking to each other and hyping each other up, and they all have their back. They have Lindsay's back. They have Amanda's back. And then Danielle comes in and is like, yeah, I see Kyle's side. I see Carl's side, blah, blah, blah. It's like, ew. And then West being afraid to have a girlfriend is the lamest shit ever.
And once again, I know Paige said it so perfectly during the after show too. She was like, hey, there's the guys out there that are like, keep my options open. They're always looking at always thinking about the next girl. Like, oh, God forbid they meet like a new girl. She's like, okay, but you have Sierra. So who is going to be better than Sierra? Like, you have her right now. Like, this is the girl.
No,
like,
that's it. Like, where do you think you're getting better than Sierra?
Right, exactly.
But also so lame to be like, I'm scared to get a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Why? You're weird for that.
I know.
You're just weird for that. And I hope Jesse Solomon's all right. I mean, they
Totally.
this cliffhanger storyline they have going for him is not where it's just scary. Like, I feel bad for him, and I hope that he's okay. But yeah, I just want to give all these guys a nice whooping because I was getting so mad watching. It was like really frustrating watching this episode this week.
It is. Yeah.
I can't once again, I can't believe how much I'm on Lindsay's side. Like, watching Carl, I'm like, it like triggers me listening to him speak. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
I'm very curious about what this reunion is going to be like.
And I forgot who said it, but they were like, Carl quit Loverboy, and Kyle is trying to help Carl, but his own wife he won't encourage. But he's encouraging Carl, but he won't encourage his own wife.
I think Paige.
It was either Paige or Sierra.
Paige or Sierra also said it during the after. It's like, okay, so you're rolling out the red carpet for Carl to come back in like some capacity or like work something out for him and make it work for him. But Amanda wants to like try something new, and God forbid that's like
honestly, thank God for Paige and Sierra. Thank God. The only two people with their heads on their shoulders on this show, because it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Gosh, I like see red watching them. I'm like,
it's so fair. I couldn't believe it. The way I paused my TV when I was watching the after show, and Kyle said that about Paige. Like, I was like,
oh my,
like, dude, why?
Just to you want to know what it is? It's because he's jealous.
Yeah. Because
he realizes how more successful Paige is, and he wants to belittle it. He wants to belittle it.
Right. In a way that, because in his mind, he's like, well, I actually have to work. I actually had to get a real job. Like, and it's like, okay, well, you would be doing what Paige is doing if you could.
But also Paige really works. Like, she's always fucking working.
Completely.
I want to know how Craig reacted when he saw that after show. I want to know because Matt was sitting next to me and he was like, oh my God, if I heard another guy talk about you like that, I'd fucking kill them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am dying to know Craig's thoughts on that, because it's just, and I could see Craig and Paige just like laughing it off because that's how much better they are than Kyle.
Yeah.
Like being like,
just classic dickhead Kyle.
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. So Summer House. I don't even know what to grade it because I honestly do not.
I mean, it's crazy because you don't like what's happening in the episode, but they're good episodes.
No, it's a good episode, but like I fucking hate all of it. So I'll give it an A.
But it's but it's good.
But it's good TV.
Good reality programming.
It's really good TV. And I actually was like thinking about this. This is how fucked up this is. I was in the shower thinking about this last night because I was like, how much it was sitting with me, like how disgusted I am by these men.
Yeah.
That I was like, do I want them to be on TV or do I want them off TV? Like, I'm like, is it teetering the line of like, I think they should be off TV? Or do I want them on TV? Like, I couldn't decide. Like, I'm so disgusted by them that I was like,
is it so bad you can't look away, or do you just want to not watch it all?
Yeah, that's how I was feeling. Like, I was like, wait. And then I was like, okay, this is getting too deep. Like, why am I having this conversation with myself?
Right.
Then
you do kind of have to say, like,
take a deep breath.
It is TV. It is TV.
They might be fine outside of the show.
Yeah, it is TV.
You know.
Yeah.
But if this... Oof, I'm getting dizzy. It's a net.
We're like, yeah, guys, we just talked about that for about 15 minutes, but it's just TV.
It's just television. It's reality TV. Who fucking knows if it's real?
Yeah, but my God.
No, but gee golly.
It's getting people fired up.
Memorial Day is coming up, and that means a big Macy's Memorial Day sale. You do not want to miss out on this Memorial Day sale. May 22nd through May 27th, you can get 15% off handbags, shoes, and more. Macy's has all the handbags you can ever want for any occasion. They have all the shoes you can want. I got a couple heels from DV by Dolce Vita, heels from Macy's that I can't wait to wear all summer long. Throw it on with my mini dress from Macy's. I got a couple. We posted little summer must-haves videos on our Chicks in the Office TikTok where I showed you the mini dresses that I got. Also some shoes I got with their shoe sale a while back. Right now, you don't want to miss out on the Memorial Day sale where you can get 15% off. You can get it off Sunglass Hut, also Barnes & Noble, DKNY, Steve Madden, and more, all brands at Macy's. So the sale ends soon, so make sure you are shopping that before the sale ends, and shop the sale at Macy's.com. We have plenty of trips coming up, going away this weekend, going to London in July. I'm going to make sure I get my handbags, my accessories all ready from Macy's. So shop the sale at Macy's.com. Gee golly.
Did you watch the Vanderpump reunion?
I did.
I thought it was whatever. Part one of a reunion is always pointless to me. Because they just talk about like filler stuff from the season that I just like don't care about.
Somehow
get to the good stuff.
Somehow Bravo has collected the Avengers of horrible men.
Fair. So fair.
Like it's like Sandoval leading the pack. And then it's like Kyle, Carl, Jax.
I guess it's kind of like if you keep these guys on reality TV for long enough, like...
You either die a hero.
No, it's
yes,
not. It's
right.
Truly, but I just sometimes think like this is a massive generalization about men, but I feel like it's just like it's harder for men to handle the reality TV world. Like their egos just are out of control.
Let's just give it up for Craig.
Yeah. Our king.
Craig has only improved.
It's true.
Okay.
But also and I bet you a lot of that. I mean, he, as he said, he has absolutely done the work for himself, and that is great, and he has worked on himself as a person, but Paige has helped that a lot too.
Paige is clearly a huge influence on it.
Yeah.
Because watching her talk about anything, you're like, this girl knows what she's talking about.
But it's great to you have a relationship that like they're like, hey, let's, keep ourselves grounded here for a second in reality, because all these other guys have lost reality.
Right. I'm so glad that they can tell that all their peers have fucking lost it and that they haven't.
Yeah. And look, hey, I love Austin, but you could probably put Austin on that list.
No, right. Like that's why I did not mention Austin, because
I love Austin. Austin's always in the drama too. So
I mean, like Craig is the only one where I can confidently say he has improved.
Right.
And the other ones have just gone
right.
down into a hole.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about anything else. That's it.
You have a grade for Vanderpump?
Fucking C.
Yeah.
Let's get to the juice.
Yeah.
Is there even juice? Why does Lala have to scream over everybody the entire reunion? Like whenever
I'll be honest, I tuned out. Like I was watching, but the last 20 minutes it was on my TV and I was looking at it.
Yeah.
But I was not digesting anything that was really happening. I was kind of like, I'm not quite sure what they're even talking about.
Whenever somebody talks, she has to join in.
Yeah.
And it's just like, let them talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm maybe being too picky now, but...
Yeah, but now we're starting to get into the details, I guess.
I'm just so riled up from Summer House. I just have a lot to say.
It seemed like there was a lot of, like, maybe side little things that were happening with the girls of Vanderpump that, like, behind the scenes.
Yeah, I don't know. That got to see... I didn't watch The Valley, because I just don't know how much room I have for hatred.
Honestly, it was a funny episode of The Valley, solely from the fucking... Jesse went on some... like spiritual retreat, and he came back wearing a beanie, and he was just like, I'm a changed man.
Of course.
And it was so ridiculous. And then they went to Big Bear, and he was like getting drunk, and he like Michelle was gonna kill him. So
he'll join the Avengers soon.
Yeah,
he's up there.
I started off this season like thinking Janet was like, I was gonna really like Janet, and Janet's messy. Janet's messy. She's stirring the pot.
I saw
she's drawing lines in the sand. inviting people, not inviting other people, making drama, yelling at other people.
I saw a meme about Janet that was like, Janet's your classic high school mean girl.
Yeah, kind of. Like she's giving a little queen bee energy, but it's like nobody made you queen bee. You self-appointed yourself that.
There's nothing worse than a grown woman acting like a high school mean girl. And it happens. And you're just like, who appointed you?
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Anointed or appointed? Both?
Could be either, I think.
Right. It's just like, it's just weird. You know? Like, I'm like creeped out by people like that.
Yeah.
like, why are you being mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Totally. So, I'll give Vanderpump a C. I'll give The Valley a C+. That was enjoyable. Summer House is an A. Did you have anything else?
I just could go on, but I'm going to stop myself. Like, I just...
All right, you think over there.
No, I have nothing else to think. I just want us to take a deep breath about it.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, fair.
Like, I think...
It's just reality TV.
It's just like...
It's just...
I think I'm just like fascinated and not at the same time at how...
To be honest, I also think I'm just very surprised. It's just not the dynamic I expected. Like, I just didn't expect this of this season. Like, I thought it was going to be so Carl and Lindsay heavy, and it is for sure.
Yeah.
But Man and Kyle are kind of sneaky stealing the show here.
Yeah.
You know?
They are, right. Do you think Lindsay and
Which
Kyle
I don't
and
think
Home are
they
like,
probably thought either.
Yeah, I don't think so. I just think, you know how I just said like old, like women who are adults that like are mean girls creep me out? That's also how I feel about like, and I'm using creeped out. You know what I mean. I'm not actually like just weirded out. It's like so bizarre. That's what I find it as. I'm just like Kyle. Like I'm just like,
well, Kyle does think he's Queen Bee. So.
yeah. Like he's an adult woman mean girl.
Yeah.
And it's just like bizarre. Also, if I'm Amanda's parents watching this,
I hope they don't watch.
No, my parents would kill somebody.
Yeah, no, I know. I could not imagine. I could not imagine.
Because we know that when Kyle cheated on Amanda, the parents saw, and then Kyle, Amanda's dad didn't even approve Kyle, asking Amanda to marry. But then it was fine. But it's like, how do you watch this and or your parents watch this and go, yep, that's the man that's married to my daughter.
Yeah,
and I approve.
Right. Totally.
Get
I know.
the wooden
I
spoon
agree.
out.
I agree. All right, take a couple more deep breaths.
As if that's ever been a thing in my no. Maybe the wooden spoon was a thing when my grandma was alive, when we were literal babies.
No, that's you're going deep. I
just started acting like I was in the mob.
Yes. It's all the pinstripes you're wearing. Man. All right. Okay, I'll finish up here. Max and Hall, I will give a B+. Enjoyable. Could have been, I think, the dubbing, like I said last week, was tough, but I'm into this dynamic. Haters to lovers, enemies to lovers is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. The tension.
Yeah, it's
that
great
episode
tension.
of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody when Ashley Tisdale and Zac Efron are screaming at each other, and all of a sudden they start making out. Where were you? When you were a kid and you saw that?
Yep. No,
it was oh my God, they're allowing this kiss on Disney?
Yeah.
On the Disney Channel?
Isn't there a Jake and Miley kiss that's like that too in Hannah Montana when they were
they're I hate you, I hate you.
Yeah, yep.
Love it.
Gets you every time. So yeah, no, I like that. And easiest watch ever. Bridgerton season 3 is out. The first 4 episodes. This is just a message to Netflix. Cut the shit with the 2-part seasons.
She said it.
Whatever. Obviously, they did it with Stranger Things, and everyone obviously they're doing it for streaming purposes. It keeps people on longer. If I don't know if there's people out there that are solely have a Netflix subscription for one show. It's crazy to me, but it's some sort of ploy, and it's really fucking annoying. Like, the seasons aren't long enough to do 2 parts. If this was like a network television that had 20 episodes a season and you did 10 and 10, fine. But we're doing 4 and 4 or whatever, however many are in part 2. 4 episodes? It's nothing. It's nothing. Like, that's like you're doing. It just frustrates me. I hate the 2 parts. Just put out the whole season. There's no reason for it to be 2 parts. It's also like close together. Why wait a month for the second part? Like, now we have to wait a month? June something, I think the second part comes out. I don't know when it is. Some other point in the rest of the summer. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I really don't like it. And yes, selfishly, that's also because they leave us on every time, when you're going into a 2-part season, the end of the first part is going to be a massive cliffhanger.
Of course.
Every single time.
They need you to lock in for the next part.
Every single time. Now, this season, I liked the first 4 episodes. It was good. Penelope and Colin are that like friendship to lover trope as well, which that I also like. I've seen so many TikToks of like, I don't know what they're doing to the leading men of Bridgerton. But every time it's like their season, like they did it with Jonathan Bailey, it's like they give them like this quote unquote glow up where you're like, oh, season 1, Anthony had the big sideburn. They all had the big sideburns. Season 2, sideburns gone, like cleaned up a little bit. This is his season. Can't season 3, Colin's got this big hair and he looks like maybe he
fluffed it up.
He's like, looks like he has almost like a filter on his face. Like,
maybe they did. Maybe they're using the beauty
Luke
filter.
Newton's a very handsome guy, so it's like it is what it is. But I did, and once again, great music choices. Always.
Bridgerton always has really good.
those quartets, the string quartets with the big scene at the end was "Give Me Everything" on strings. Give me everything tonight. Yeah.
I'm in
All we know,
love.
there might not be
Grab somebody
tomorrow.
sexy,
Yeah,
tell them hey.
Literally like
Grab somebody sexy, tell them hey.
it's on the strings. It was beautiful. So I'm just obviously very excited. There's a lot that could happen with Penelope, her character and who she is and whatever. I don't want to get into
development
to too many details here of what's going to happen, because right now she's getting everything she wants, but she's got secrets. And when Colin finds them out, it's not going to be good. Also, Colin, like the difference between Colin and an American and British accent is one of those names that's so Colin. It just sounds like a totally different name.
right.
There's some side characters too that I feel like sometimes they lost when they lost Daphne and Simon. It was a big loss. Granted, they're not going to be like a massive part of the show. Every season's about a different couple. We get that, but there could be side plots like with like, and they're in the season. They're in the first episode. Granted, it's one episode, and then they're leaving, but like they're there. You see them. They're present. Because now it's just like every time I watch more Bridgerton, it just pisses me off again that he like robbed us of that.
Yeah.
Of seeing what happened with them. So that's tough. And the recasting of Francesca is a big part of this season. Love a Francesca,
Of course.
and she's great. They recast this role, which was like a whole big thing because the original Francesca had like a scheduling conflict, I think. So this is the new Francesca, but she is lovely, and I am intrigued by what her suitors are going to be like. I don't really know her story too much. I only ever read the first book, and I'm not very familiar with the other Bridgerton, what happens with everybody, but I didn't like her. I didn't love her suitors, her potential suitors. I think they could have been better. So, I'll give Bridgerton part 1, 4 episodes, a B+.
It's a good score.
Yeah. I saw Challengers. Sorry,
Oh,
guys. This is the longest episode ever. I saw Challengers in theaters on Friday. It was fantastic.
Sexy.
Sexy little. I mean, honestly, I left. I was like, Maria described it in the most perfect way ever. Sexy little film. Just
I'm so
a
glad.
sexy little film.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I wanted to come with you guys, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
And
Kelly and I went Friday.
Is that
No, it wasn't.
I'm joking.
Okay,
But that-
pervert.
It's a play on the movie.
Oh God, Noah.
Come on, that
Disgusting.
works.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Oh my God, his jokes just are not working tonight.
Oh,
Wait, did you
God.
see though that for the movie, which I thought was a good marketing tactic, that they said if you buy 2 tickets, you get the third one free, make it a threesome.
That is a
Oh,
good
it
tactic.
is.
That is good.
It's actually, you can rent it on Prime now. So
Yes.
Yes. You can go home and watch it if you want. Because you know who, like my friend Jen, like she watched it last night and she loves tennis.
yeah, what did she think?
Oh my God, she texted us last night after she finished and she was like, that might be my new like favorite movie of all time.
Same.
She was like, I think I'm going to watch it again tonight.
Oh my God, I'm so renting that when I get home.
Yeah. So I thought it was fantastic. Acting was really good. It was interesting because it felt like I understood some of the complaints of some of the guys in the office were like, nothing happened. I'm like, okay, I kind of
What do you mean nothing happened?
It was like, because it was back and forth like
a
that,
ton happened.
but so much happened. But I feel like because there was they leave you on that like edge of your seat at the end.
but a
But it's-
ton happened. What do they mean
absolutely,
nothing happened?
Absolutely. I agree.
Fucking,
I thought it was great. I loved the music. I thought the music was awesome. And
So
the two guys were great. Zendaya's fantastic, obviously. I mean, I had no complaints. It's a good movie. I'll give it a A-.
nice. That's the same score we all gave it.
Yeah.
Glad we're on the same page. A nice threesome. Some
Yep.
might say.
Okay, I started a new series on Apple TV, Dark Matter.
Apple TV's #1 supporter.
Mhm.
Very good. Very good. It's with Joel Edgerton and
Oh,
Jennifer
Elton.
Connelly.
Elton.
I've seen
What?
He
no
played
Joe, like that's Taryn
Taron
That's Taron.
Egerton.
Taryn Egerton?
Yeah, yeah.
that his name?
He played Elton
No, it's
John.
Taron.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
They have the same last
Oh, no,
name.
no,
Otherwise,
his name is Taron Edgerton. No D. It's
Oh.
Edgerton, like with a E-G.
oh, sorry.
This is Joel Edgerton.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm such an idiot.
Uh,
My God, I'm such an imbecile. I can't believe I messed that
Dark
up.
Matter has been around for.
no.
Oh,
this
it's new?
Came out this year.
Is there a
There's only
movie
3
called Dark
episodes.
You're
Matter?
thinking of the show on Max HBO. It's Dark Matters. It's like
Is it really called Dark Matters?
the like Narnia type. His Dark Materials. You're thinking of, or maybe you're not, but that's what I'm thinking of.
It's very. This show
His
is.
Dark Materials is yes.
What is that?
I don't know. I just know that it's a show on Max. It also was book.
Maybe that is what I'm thinking of. That's definitely what I'm thinking of. The DM, like
The
the.
Dark
So
Materials.
this is Dark Matter. Okay.
This is very Black Mirror-esque kind of. Joel Edgerton. Basically, another version of himself from another alternate world, I guess.
Universe?
It's hard. It's very hard to explain. But I would highly recommend. I'm enjoying it a lot. There's only 3 episodes out, but I'll give it a B+. Especially if you like Black Mirror or any of that, or like Everything Everywhere All at Once. Similar kind of. I watched episode 6 of Under the Bridge. Very good. That show just keeps getting better. A-.
And that's
Highly
week to
recommend.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably only a few left. I watched the season finale, or the series finale of Sugar. No.
No.
Just a no.
That show kept getting worse after like halfway through the season.
That's upsetting.
But I guess that's my
That is
opinion.
upsetting.
Like, I don't want to give any spoilers, but they just changed the whole show like halfway through the season. I'll give it a B-. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it was kind of upsetting where the season started. Last night I watched this movie called Take Shelter with Michael Shannon and Jessica Chastain. It's not new, but I'll give it a C. I didn't love it. Basically, this guy starts having all these dreams that there's an apocalypse storm coming, so he starts building a shelter outside and is obsessed with it, and people think he's like schizophrenic and crazy, and then it's like, is he, or is there actually a storm coming? I didn't really love it.
Does a storm ever come?
Is he crazy?
It's a spoiler.
Is he crazy or
Okay.
does the storm come?
Damn.
Well, that's
I'm
kind of
never
like,
gonna watch
well,
this movie, but I
I
want
won't.
to synopsis.
It's not really a spoiler. They kind of like the way that they do it. It's kind of like up for interpretation. Like, was that really a storm, or is that his mind?
Or was
And
he
it's like,
crazy?
are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's all I watched.
Oh, okay.
Some good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. And hopefully we cool down after that summer house chat.
Yeah, seriously, he did.
He did. Excited for this week's episode. All right, that wraps up all the things we watched this week. Thank you so much for watching. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We love you guys. We hope you have a fantastic Monday, a fantastic week, a fantastic evening. And,
Beautiful.
you know, go watch Summer House if you haven't. You know what I mean? Like, if we're talking all this much about Summer House and you haven't watched it yet, you should probably go watch it.
Yeah.
And that wraps it up. We love you guys. We'll talk to you on Wednesday. Boom, bada bing, bye.